And here we are again. It's Monday, and we have things you might ought to know for this particular Monday, which is September 30th, 2024, as we wrap up the ninth month of the year, preparing for the fourth quarter, the wrap up of the year coming very soon. We have some things to people and some things for people to wrap up the month on September, starting off with birthdays and, of course, history lessons and the celebration. Good times on the way. Let's start off with birthdays. And yes, this is definitely something that is of technically not of my generation because the show hit its 55th anniversary this year. So it's older than I am, but because of reruns, back when reruns existed, and syndication and all sorts of things and afternoon TV, we're celebrating Barry Williams, who is 70 years old on today. Barry Williams has a birthday. He, of course, the oldest of the Brady kids, or whichever Brady you want to take away with it, playing your man Greg, and of course going on to do other things. I'm not sure what other things, but they can't really come to mind. The most recent thing that I know him from was I used to work with radio stations that worked with minor league baseball, and the minor league baseball team for Arkansas, the Travelers, were up in Missouri, and I believe Barry lives in Branson nearby, whatever. And so he was up there hanging out in the ball field, and he did a nice interview with our play-by-play guy, and it was really interesting talking about old-time stuff that is cool to our generation, and people who are 35 and younger have no idea what I'm talking about. But Greg Brady, pretty important man in our actual lexicon. Google him, please. He's 70 years old on the day. Fran Drescher, who has proven herself more than just an annoying voice and just actress just kind of pops up in things. She runs the union. She runs the actors unions, and she's ran it fairly well in the past couple of years, navigating them through their strike and making things better, I guess. She's 67 years old on the day, and Lacey Chabert, who's 42 years old today. Now, we remember her as a cute little kid from Party of Five, and she's gone on to become a cute, youngish adult that's starring in most of the Hallmark movies. But hey, there's a market. She's making money. Make that money, Lacey Chabert. Birthday trio for the day is, of course, Barry Williams, Fran Drescher, and Lacey Chabert. Let's go on to history lessons, things that happened on this day, back in the day. We're starting off in 1841, where would we be without this guy, Samuel Slocum, who patented the stapler on this day? Also happening, two big TV milestones, starting off with the Flintstones debuting on ABC television. Now, the Flintstones was a primetime show back in the day, and so animated TV shows in primetime wasn't all that. It was all I mean, it was what was there. I mean, cartoons, the Bugs Bunny cartoons were part of going to the movie theaters experience for adults, not so much for kids, which is why they're so violent. And the Flintstones, which debuted with commercials aired by Fred and Barney, sitting back behind the house smoking cigarettes, because that's what sponsored everything back then, cigarettes. That came to light. You obviously don't see cigarette ads anymore. 1960, with the debut of the Flintstones on this day. Also debuting on this day in 1982, Cheers, where everyone knows your name. That show began this year and again, an 11-year run on for television for NBC. Our word of the day, something you can learn from yourself, is wobble. And if I said that word and the dance pop in your head, it's a good thing, because that's what it means to move unsteadily from side to side. And I won't start singing the chorus, but here's the use of wobble in a sentence. After being struck by the ball, the vase began to wobble dangerously on the edge of the shelf before it was caught. Wobble. Yeah, wobble, baby, wobble. That's your word for today. More big words can be found at thebigwordsproject.com, and you can find books and things on vocabulary words where we're trying to teach big words to people. Check it out online at thebigwordsproject.com. Something positive, something to get a little pep in your step, if you will, is our daily affirmation. Today's affirmation, bit of a long one, but work with me here. I possess the qualities needed to be extremely successful. This actually helps with enhancing self-efficacy. It affirms that you possess the necessary qualities for success that can significantly boost your self-efficacy, making you more confident in your ability to achieve your goals and tackle challenges head on. Why are affirmations important? Well, literally for what I just said there. This one right here can help you enhance your self-efficacy, boost your confidence, get you in a mindset where if you don't feel like you can accomplish something, you can find a way to overcome and make it happen. More on affirmations by going to the link in this broadcast and clicking to see my book called 100 Daily Affirmations for Positivity and Success, or you can search 100 Affirmations page wherever you buy books, because my link goes to Amazon. You may not like Amazon. You can find your links wherever you want to, but we're out there all over the place. And finally, wrapping up the morning with our celebration. And this is one for all the news nerds out there, because it's International Podcast Day. September the 30th is the International Celebration of Power of Podcast. The celebration is a great opportunity to connect with fellow podcasters, podcast listeners, podcast enthusiasts, and leaders in podcasting industry. Help spread the word by telling your friends, sharing in the celebration of the podcast on social media feeds, and using the hashtag International Podcast Day. Several ways to get involved, including just listening to a podcast, reaching out to folks doing stuff. And there's usually, if you go to their website, some sort of long-standing thing. It's been a while. This thing's been out there for a bit. So the real organization is going on. Plus, it's a Monday. So most people actually have to work today. But if you are a podcaster or love podcasters or podcasts themselves, today is a day to celebrate internationally. Check out internationalpodcastday.com and see what's going on for the power of podcasting, and start a conversation on a podcast today. That is it. That is all. That is all we got for the fun stuff. Now, let me sell you something. Let me sell you on you and your abilities, because today's sponsor is Robinhood. And Robinhood is not about me actually selling you something directly, but me selling you the chance to take control of your money, take control of your investments, take control of your finances. If you've never really thought about investing, now might be the time. The market may seem kind of crazy, but once things sort of even out after this election, you'll want to be in the game to see where things are going. And Robinhood can help you literally put your own hands into the game, get things going. Now, investing in stocks is risky. There's always a chance of losing money in an investment. All investments have a chance of loss. So remember that. If you go with Robinhood and put money down on something, you're on your own, because it's not a broker. It's someone you can blame. You can yell at me for saying, get this app. But this app is just your conduit to doing more, better, and more things with your finances and with stocks, mutual funds, ETFs, things like that. You still have to do your research. You can't just listen to Uncle Gary talk after picnic when he's drunk talking about buy all this stuff, because he may or may not know. You still have to do your research, so to have some idea what's going on. And the best thing to do is just find a company that you like, see what their stock price is, see how much you want to put in for various bits and pieces. They buy full stock. You buy incremental stock prices on that level, and just buy them incrementally. Every so often, buy so much it's something, and eventually you'll add up to big returns. That's how it works. Now, as I say, investments can be a loss, and I am not a broker. I am not your broker, and I'm not telling you what to buy in your investments. I'm just offering you a conduit to do your investments your own way. Go to our website for our affiliate link. This is theconversationproject.com/Robinhood. This is theconversationproject.com/Robinhood, and you get a chance to join Robinhood today. They'll give you a free stock just for joining in, so that's a plus. Is it great? It's not so great. It's all sort of a random pick. You might get Apple. You might get something that's not Apple. You will see. But you'll get a free stock and a chance to engage in stuff. Plus, Robinhood is adding so many big features that to compete with big brokerages and big banks, you may be surprised what you can get from them and what it will take you to grow your finances today. Remember, investments are risky. They can always lose, so don't forget that part. But taking control on your own and taking it in your own hands is a great way to get into the world of investing with Robinhood. I'm asking you to help us out. Like, share, and subscribe to our work. Like, share, and subscribe to this thing here, things you might ought to know, which is now a follow-up show to the things you might not have heard, because it works a little better. You can get more stuff done, and if you don't want the birthdays, you can skip them. Or if you just want the birthdays, get them every single day into your feed here on YouTube. We're working on ways to expand it. The workflow, once we kick this thing off, wasn't quite baked in yet, so we're going to work on that going forward. But if you like what we're providing for you with information on news of the day and news of the day, like it. Like what we're doing, share it with other folks who are like-minded and want to get some stuff like we're doing, and subscribe to these things so you don't miss out them in your feeds. Go to our website. This is theconversationproject.com, and subscribe to many other things we have there. Links to where we can find, and all the other places are there online. Plus a link to our newsletter, our email newsletter, which will give you exactly what you want. The straight dope on news without having to hear me say it or seeing my face in the things. All those are there as well. So like, share, and subscribe to get more out of us. And there's no more to get out of us today because we're done for the day. Monday, September 30th, 2024. This has been Things You Might Ought to Know. We'll change the Chiron soon. We're working on that. But these are the fun stuff for this day. Some things to learn, some things to grow on, and some things to just sort of think about. Hopefully you enjoyed what we had here. As I said, like, share, and subscribe if you believe it's going on there. And go to the website, find out more about how the Conversation Project works. And if you want to follow our feeds, get the new stories in, do that as well. Love you guys. Thank you so much. We're going to see you again with more things you ought to know, more fun stuff for Tuesday coming tomorrow.